Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. Deep divers, I woke up like this all magical and fly, just whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Raising the frequency. I feel so much better now. Raising the vibration. I feel so much better now. Take that. Hadouken, that good ass energy I'm sending you, deep divers. The cat down the road told me you feel a whole lot better now. Okay, look, let me say a big shout out to everybody who's joined the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart. Deep divers, click the link down below and be inspired. Okay, this video right here is for people who are going through a wild storm right now. Is that you, deep divers? Are you going through it right now? Don't be shy, deep divers. Let it out. Let it spill the beans. Okay, look, I've been through storms, and every time a storm comes my way, I remember this. This information right here, deep divers, is gonna blow your mind and inspire you at the same time. I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support the real. Share this video with someone. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support the real, because we got a whole lot to talk about. Look, if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation. You will overcome the storm you're going through currently. If you're ready for that, just say thank you. Now, this is for people who are going through a wild storm right now. Deep divers, is that you? There are so many people who write to me and they're like, Ralph, right now, I'm really going through it. Right now, Ralph, like a massive storm is engulfing me. A massive storm is at my doorstep. And it's really messing with my mind, Ralph. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? So let me share with you, deep divers, what's helped me along my journey. Okay, because every now and again, a storm comes up at my doorstep. And what do? I get really mad. Then I remind myself, okay, it works like this, deep divers. Life is not something happening to us. Life is something responding to us. At that precise moment, I become an alchemist. Anytime you're going through a hard time in your life, a storm is at your doorstep, you can get angry for like a few seconds, then you got to breathe. Whoa! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. And you got to remind yourself, it's not personal. The universe didn't single you out. No, the universe wants you to become stronger. And what doesn't kill you, deep divers, will only make you stronger. Life is not something happening to us. Life is responding to us, our words, thoughts, and actions. Once I remind myself of this, the storm ceases to exist. What if I told you, deep divers, what makes the storm the storm? You want to know what it is? It's not the storm. It's the thoughts you have about the storm. Slow motion this side. It's the attitude you have towards the storm that makes the storm the storm. There are good storms. And you're like, oh, that's so beautiful. And then there are wild storms and nasty storms because our thoughts are like, these are terrible storms. You see, deep divers, what if I told you what you experience externally to you has everything to do with your perception? Your thoughts can make a storm seem perfectly fine, or your worst nightmare. Therefore, if you are going through a storm right now, have a thought that it has already passed and act like it's already here. The storm has come and the storm is gone. And the storm does not define me, because I'm not going to allow one storm to define my entire existence. And I realize that there are seasons and cycles in the universe. There are seasons and cycles in Earth. Gaia is full of seasons and cycles, ladies, fellas. It's okay. It's okay. I embrace the storm. I welcome the storm. I realize that the storm is there to remind me of how life works. Every season of your life is there to help you appreciate another season. When it's really hot, people say, gosh, it's too hot, right? When it's really cold, people say, oh my gosh, I just want some sun. Which one is it? When there's a storm, people are like, oh, I want the storm to stop. When there's no storm, people are like, oh, I missed the storm. It was so exciting, even though it was really crazy. Now, there are different storms in people's lives. A storm is just a metaphor, right? Personal problems, relationship problems, bills to pay, self-esteem problems, confidence problems. You're looking a little bit shaky, baby, kind of problems, right? It can happen to any one of us at any time. I want you to remind yourself, deep divers, when you are going through a storm, when you are experiencing something that seems like it's going to uproot you, it's going to destroy you, it's going to crush you, become an alchemist. Don't allow what's happening on the outside to control what's going on the inside. Don't allow what's going on the outside, deep divers, to control what's going on in the inside. What is alchemy? I wrote it down. Listen to this, deep divers. When going through a storm, become an alchemist. This secret of alchemy is making the best out of the worst and never allowing the outside to govern your inner emotions, okay? The secret of alchemy is making the best out of the worst and never allowing external events to govern your internal condition. Slow motion this side. So when you're going through a storm, deep divers, when the storm pulls up at your doorstep, and it will, happens to every one of us, even the cat down the road, remind yourself, you have the power right now to become an alchemist. Now, a lot of people who go through storms, they feel like it's too much to take. But oftentimes there's someone there, someone behind you, consoling you, someone there supporting you. And I want to remind you, deep divers, it's okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to reach out for support. You don't have to go through the storm alone, deep divers. You don't have to do it. Even me, I got the cat down the road by my side, deep divers, right? So when you're going through a storm, a really hard time in your life, don't bottle up your emotions. Don't feel like you have to walk alone. Talk to someone. Express your emotions. For people who are going through a wild storm, this is dedicated to you. You see, oftentimes we feel like we've been singled out by the universe because it was all good just a week ago. What? I said it was all good just a week ago. What? It was all good yesterday, right? And now today the storm is here. Oh my gosh. Got to be like a crocodile. Sleep with one eye open. Right? Prepare yourself at all times. Be a warrior. Never get too cozy. Never get too comfortable. Because at any time, deep divers, the storm can arise. Bruce Lee said this: I don't pray for an easy life. I pray for the strength to overcome a difficult one. Slow motion this side. I don't pray for an easy life. I pray for the strength to overcome a difficult one. When you remind yourself that storms are sent our way, not to break us down, but to show us how strong we are when we overcome them. I said, when you remind yourself storms weren't sent our way to destroy us, they were sent our way to show us how strong we are when we overcome them. You see, deep divers, I've realized this. that no storm can last forever. And my life isn't perfect. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a storm. How on earth am I going to get out of that situation? That problem is weighing heavy on my head and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Then I remind myself that actually the storm is happening for a reason. I know that the universe does not make mistakes. Why is the universe creating this storm? Because you see, life is about balance. The highs wouldn't mean anything if it wasn't for the lows. Summer wouldn't mean anything if it wasn't for winter. You have to remind yourself that in life, storms remind us that it's okay when it's a rough day. Because that's what makes the good day worthwhile. We've got to remind ourselves that if you look at a storm as ugly, nasty, irritating and annoying, the storm is going to bully you into submission. You're going to have to tap out. If you look at the storm and say, I'm not afraid of you. I welcome you. I embrace you. Once you do the shadow work, because shadow work is all about facing the storm head on. Saying I'm not afraid, and also bringing the storm into yourself. Say, I am the storm. Sometimes I'm like a storm, right? You're like a storm, deep divers. You're like a storm. Sometimes the universe is, Gaia is like having a temper tantrum, right? It's getting crazy, and that's okay. But that's just like you. Everything happening in our external world is a reflection of what's happening in our internal world. And sometimes the storm arises, okay? Sometimes the storms are brewing. And we've got to allow ourselves to not fight the storm, but to integrate the storm. Once again, don't fight the storm, integrate the storm. Once again, deep divers, don't fight the storm. Integrate the storm. Like literally when there's a storm, deep divers, I run outside and say, oh, wow, this is amazing. When there's a storm going on in my life, I say, okay, bring it on, universe. When life knocks you down, deep divers, roll over and look up at the stars. I said, when life knocks you down, roll over and look up at the stars. Because if you become an alchemist, the storm can no longer affect you. Once you change your vibrational frequency, everything aligns to the same frequency. Slow motion this side. Say it again, Ralph. Once you change your vibrational frequency, everything aligns to the same frequency. You see, I'm telling you this, deep divers, because if you are someone who is going through it right now, whatever you're dealing with in your life, once you remind yourself, storms can only affect you when you are vibrating on the same frequency. What you have to do is rise higher. Once again, I said, once you remind yourself, storms can only affect you when you are vibrating at the same frequency. Rise higher. Once you do that, what happens? You can now walk on water. You can now make the seas part ways. The storm bows down and worships the ground you walk on. It says, your wish is my command. Because you have changed your vibrational frequency. Now the storm is at your mercy, not the other way around. For people who are going through a wild storm right now, do not forget this. Instead of asking the universe, why me? Why me? Ask the universe, what do you want me to learn from this storm? Ever been in a storm, deep divers, and all of a sudden you start thinking? You start pondering? A lot of introspection happening right about now. Oh yeah, so that storm was needed for you to slow down. What you got to do is, anytime you're going through it in life, what helps me is to put things in perspective. Put things in perspective. So far, good news, deep divers. So far, you have survived 100% of your worst life experiences, and you're still here. That's the reason why the storm, no matter how bad it seems, will not hurt you, will not harm you, because you are stronger than what you are going through. You are stronger than what you are going through. Deep divers, you are stronger than what you are going through. When I remind myself every single day that it could be a lot worse. It could be so much worse. And for people who are going through a wild storm right now, anytime you feel sad, that's okay. You can put your head down. However, become an alchemist and remind yourself, after the storm comes the rainbow. After the storm comes the rainbow. For the rainbow, you need rain, you need sunshine, you need that balance. The storm is needed for something. It's essential in the grand scheme of things. It balances out the energies. And therefore, when I learned how to incorporate storms, integrate storms into my life, when things are really rough in my life, I say, okay, I'm not going to fight them. I'm going to integrate this shadow. And this is the most healing way to overcome any storm in your life. Make peace with it. Make peace with a storm. Say, hey, storm, I'm your friend. Now you can walk on water. Now you can walk on water, deep divers. Once you do that, once you make peace with a storm, the storm will begin to work for you. Once you make peace with a storm, deep divers, the storm will begin to obey you. Once you make peace with a storm, deep divers, the storm will begin to do as you say. We are all alchemists, but we have to unlock that power. For people who are going through a wild storm right now, remind yourself, you have the power to change your vibration, and therefore you can change the outer reality. Breathe. Take time when you're going through a storm, a hard time, difficult time. Connect within, focus on yourself. In the matrix, you're always distracted. And that's the reason why a lot of people are getting flung all over the place in this storm. You want to slow down and breathe. And you want to find something to say thank you for. That's what I always do. Anytime I'm going through a storm, I find something to say thank you for. I breathe. I put everything in perspective. I do this. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. All of a sudden, where did the storm go? Where did the storm go, deep divers? Look, I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support The Real, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you join the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart. Deep divers, click the link down below and be inspired. We've just overcome the storm, deep divers. And that's why I'm just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Feel Alive Part 2 coming soon, deep divers. Oh, you're going to love that new book. In the meantime, check out the #1 best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/thebook, the Bible of becoming your greatest version. And go and check out the latest new book, The Book of 1111 Infinite Quotes by Ralph Smart at ralphsmart.com/thebook, the secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. And go and get the Good Ass Prana shirts, deep divers, all new designs you're going to love for men, women, children, even cats down the road at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And of course, if you're a sexy ass model, woo! with a whole lot of heart. You want to model the clothing? Well, go and buy some. And if you want a one-to-one consultation with me so I can help you become your greatest version, make sure you book it at ralphsmart.com/one-to-one sessions. Deep divers, they tried to bury us in the storm. They forgot we were seeds. I like that. You like that as well? You like that as well, deep divers? That's good. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Yo! Once again, deep divers, make sure you hit that like button if you support the real. Share this video with someone, okay? Subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button and leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation. And let me know how this video inspired you. It's one love. Peace.